Hey guys, here I am again, out in the garage, crippled as ever, and bored of sitting inside, so I had to come out here and at least just free my mind of sitting on the sofa a little bit. As some of you are following this, I screwed up my back at work big time in early July, and haven't been right ever since. Ended up with finding out, hey Ben, finding out that I had a herniated disc, a degenerative disc, and at one point a fracture in one of these little antlers that comes off part of my vertebrae. So I've just kind of been dealing with that lately. Kind of sucks. I had another epidural injection today, and it didn't go as well as the first one. This time he actually put the catheter in and actually hit something, and like it felt like I stuck my finger in like a 220 volt outlet, except it went down my entire right leg, and it was pretty bad. Obviously not done intentional, but he warned me about that kind of stuff before I even started going to get these injections. So anyway, it's like pterodactyls or something flying over here. Seeing shadows of something. I don't know what the hell it is. That's weird. Anyways, so some of you know that with these swap mounts that I got off of Turbo Bricks, they were set up to use the Holly pan, the 302-1. Great pan, nice looking pan, fits perfectly. And they suggest running the LS3 dipstick tube and dipstick. No big deal. Ended up getting one off of Amazon, only because I didn't have time to drive to my buddy's place, who was basically the parts guy at a Chevy dealership. Only problem is it's at least half hour, 40 minutes from my house, and I just don't have that kind of time anymore, unfortunately. So, Brett, sorry, buddy, should have done it to begin with. But anyways, so I'm playing around with this dipstick tube yesterday, and it's just not working. I modified it. I took the little mounting bracket tab and shortened it. And the way these NASCAR plug wires, like how monstrous they are, which, I'm not complaining, and the way the manifold is flip front, it's just not working out. I'm kind of pissed, only because, again, you spend the money on something, think it's going to be, oh yeah, just jam her in there and you're good to go. Well, that's not the case. Unfortunately, I just wasn't happy with it, and I came out here today, again, just to kind of get out from sitting on the sofa. I just can't stand it, and I'm like, man, I think I ordered like 4 years ago a low car LS1 dipstick, thinking that, oh, back in the day when I was like, oh yeah, LS1 dipstick will work with a truck pan. Oh yeah, I'm a retard. And then I ended up waiting and missed, the return period, so that didn't work. So I ended up just throwing it in a closet. And then, like, today, I'm like, oh man, I got this dipstick. Let me go check it out. So I pulled it out, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't know. It's going to be a little close. But believe it or not only does it fit 100 times better than the GM pan, or the GM stick, it's not that far off. Now, what I have here are both the dipsticks side by side, and you can see this area here is where it becomes flush with the block. And if you look, come on, and it's such a goofy shape too. This LS3 dipstick, the GM one. So if you look, putting both of these little flanges next to each other, they're super close in length, like not even a quarter of an inch. And I think for the most part, if you look at this, again, I'll try to set it up here so you can see the hash marks. Again, that's lined up flange to flange. The hash marks are pretty close, especially for the full line. You know, on the black one there, you can see the crosshatch, the top of it is where the full line would be. And you could see on the top one there, the silver one, it says full. So they're really close. I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting 6 quarts of oil in the pan and then putting the dipstick in and pulling it out and marking it with a Sharpie, or, you know, just so I know where 6 quarts is, and then calling it a day. But I mean, as you can see, it's too close not to use it. You know, whoops, keeps moving in here. It's just too close not to use it. You know, I think just from this image alone, the top full lines on these two are almost identical. So I'm just gonna go with this low car one, only because I paid for it already. And let me see if I can throw this light on real quick, or drag it on here, because I like to hear myself talk, but I'm just so freaking bored of sitting in the house. You can see this bad boy goes right into the freaking block here. And then, wouldn't you believe it, it has this little tabby with a hole in it. Freaking lines right up with the header bolt. So this thing works out like 10 times better than this LS3 factory dipstick. So if anyone's running the 302-1 pan, I would definitely recommend just getting either a flexible LS1 tube, or modifying a truck one would probably be better. If I couldn't get this LS3 one to work, I was just going to modify a truck one, honestly. I have one here, and I thought about doing that from the get-go, but I didn't have one to compare to lengthwise. So I ended up just popping on the LS3 one from GM. Wasn't like too much money, but money is money at this point, especially when I'm getting nickel and dime to try to get everything put together here. But anyway, so where am I at? I got trans lines to finish running back to the cooler. I gotta make little tabbies to hold the radiator onto the radiator core. I gotta do something with a throttle cable. That hasn't been addressed yet. And then obviously the hot side still gonna get made by Dan. He's just super busy because his stuff is so good. You know, I'm not in a hurry, so I can't complain. I've seen the guy's work, and you know, I'm just not about constantly hounding him just because I know the guy is super busy, and you have to realize that's not his full-time job either, guys. Let's see. Getting down to the nitty-gritty here. How did this come from? Oh, that's just the freaking connector. Gonna be cute trying to fit intercooler piping from the throttle body, just because it runs into that radiator hose. I might end up ditching that elbow and getting the reducer, and then just running aluminum stuff underneath it, which is what I'm probably going to do now that I'm looking at it. Let's see. Converters in, flex plates bolted up. I need to do a shifter yet, which I thought I had a plan for and it didn't work out. Oh guys, I mounted my trans dipstick tube here. Another eBay special, 25 bucks for a TH400. And I also mounted my Blue C bus bar for all my electronics. I'm still going to tackle these heater hose ports. I'm going to run the heater hoses up and then back under the intake. So that'll get done. What else? I posted pictures of my radiator hoses getting done. And guys, I cleaned up the back with all my crap. Kind of dark, probably won't be able to see it. Cleaned it out up here. Got the battery in the back. Got the fuel pump all wired to a relay. The only thing that I'm not too sure about. Well, it's not focusing because it's dark. Anyways, I'll wrap this up only because my kid's going to bed. Not too sure if I want to keep it. The trigger wire is on the shady Volvo fuel pump relay wire, which leaves people stranded sometimes. So temporarily it's there. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that. But anyways, that's where that is. That's all done. I just need to put the cover back over it. And I think that's it. I just wanted to talk to you guys about that dipstick situation and give you a little quick update. So thanks guys, have a good night, and I'll catch you in the next one.